food, culture, music, and lifestyle. This is the Culture Takeover.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Culture Takeover. My name is Natalie. And my name is Kavanya. We have an amazing show lined up for you guys today. First up is the fashion segment, and we did a couple of reviews on some of the trends in the fashion scene, in the Kenyan fashion scene. Sounds nice. Yeah, it is, and it's really quite interesting, so stay tuned.
The style originated in the 90s and was popular among celebrities. It is known as the black tattoo choker. More than one can be worn at a time depending on your preference. You can choose to layer it with long pendant chains, or you can change the charms to diversify the choker.
Hi everyone, my name is Camille Amolo and I run my own personal style and lifestyle blog called Milo's Lifestyle, and Culture Takeover called me to give a do's and don'ts for Nairobi weather, the baridi, and yeah, I'm going to share with you guys. So the Nairobi weather is very unpredictable. It's cold in the morning, then at 2 it's hot, then at 5 it's raining, and then it's flooded, and then it's hot again in the morning. So to dress for that, you should always layer up so you take off the clothes and not get all sweaty. So I'd say wear a shirt, and then wear a sweater, and then wear a denim jacket on top. And then as it gets warmer, you remove, and as it gets colder, you add on to it. So, for example, here I have a model. I've reached fine life. I have models now, and this is Bobby. Yeah, like him. So he has a vest inside, a t-shirt, and then he's worn this denim jacket, and he has a scarf. So number 2, always have a scarf in your purse, in your school bag, in your lunch bag. Yeah, always have a scarf, because when it does get cold, you want to cover your chest area and keep your chest warm so you don't get a homa. And yeah, my third do is moisturize. I don't know if it's just me, but when it's cold I get ashy and my lips get dry and my elbows are mad dry. So drink a lot of water, and right after you bathe, when you're a bit damp, put on your lotion or your coconut oil or whatever organic shit you use, and you'll stay moisturized during the day. But drink a lot of water during the day as well. Now for don'ts, it's a bit of shade, but like constructive shade. So keeping that in mind, my friend gave me this as a lucky charm for me to film. This is a don't, but I love her so much for doing it. She's sitting there. Okay, number 1, don't wear sandals. Like, it's cold and you're walking around in sandals. People are shivering and running to go home. Don't wear sandals. Trust me, from June to August, as long as it's really hot, and you've seen the past 3 days have been really hot and it's hot in the morning, don't wear sandals. It's cold and you shouldn't be exposing your feet to frostbite. Okay, not frostbite, but it's really cold. Don't do it. You don't look nice. We can tell you're feeling cold. It's not worth it. Don't expose your chest. This is for ladies. For guys, I don't think you'd be exposing your chest anyway if you're like a sane person, but I know you want the tatas to breathe, let the boobs out, but you're exposing your chest to homers. It's not worth it. When one nose isn't breathing and the other one is breathing, like, it's not worth it. So don't expose your chest. So think back to my number 2 do, my 2 do, yeah. So always have a scarf. Even if you want to expose, expose kidogo with the scarf covering most parts. The third one, and I think the most important one, is deodorant is bae. And I'm talking from experience. Not like me sweating and not taking deodorant so seriously, but from a guy in a matatu who was all covered up, like had layers on layers and layers of clothes one day when it was really cold. But through all those layers, his it was bad. It was really strong, and all the sweat was very distracting, and I almost missed my bus stop. So take deodorant seriously. I know you're layering up and you think, you know, you're not going to sweat or anything, but you are going to sweat. You're working up some heat, and just make a choice and make the right choice to put on deodorant before you walk out of the house, even in the cold. Number 4 is don't hesitate in organizing a cuddle day, and that's self-explanatory. So number 5, I know I said layer up, but don't overdo it with the layers. Ask yourself this question when you're dressing up and getting ready for the day. Number 1, am I warm? Number 2, am I really, really warm? And number 3, do I look like I live in Greenland? So don't overdo it with the layers. If you see you're looking like 3 times your size with the 5 jackets you've worn, it's probably a mistake. So take it down a notch and wear a scarf or something, but don't overdo it with the layers. And now, to finish it off nicely with good vibes, are my friends Esther Mwende, and Lujane Abbas, Lulu, to add more do's and don'ts for dressing for this Nairobi Baridi edition. So, add.
So your hair is also an accessory, and if you like to leave your hair open, make sure that you constantly treat it and keep it well moisturized, because it can easily cut because of the freezing and the weather.
She's deep with her hair shit, but she doesn't even comb her hair.
Which is rather awkward and ironical.
And Lujane with her...
I've noticed that people really like pairing their jeans with Wellingtons, honestly.
Wellingtons are gumboots, by the way.
Gumboots. I'm so American, I'm sorry. Yeah, don't pair your clothes with Wellingtons or what Camille said, gumboots. That's like, don't do that. It's so shady.
Because it floods like once every month.
Yeah. Like,
so maybe when it's flooded, you could wear it and it will look normal, but otherwise don't. And yeah, so thank you. I hope you've gotten something from my tips and tricks, my basic tips and tricks. And if you feel like you want to subscribe, please do. Subscribe to Culture Takeover, and thank you.
And hit like, please.
Hit like and share.
Share.
So, what do you think about my rigs? I actually love them. I like this one. Well, I got them from the Masai market. This week we got to take a trip to the Masai market. We got to see the different beads and pots and just African jewelry and clothing. So let's take a look.
Huwezi jitengenezea wewe, itabidi bibi mwenyewe unipe hiyo kazi, kwa sababu ya hii decoration. Decoration ndio important kwa hii. Sasa itabidi bibi utafute, kwa sababu bila bibi huwezi ukatengeneza hiyo. Mpaka unatafute bibi ndio nikuonyeshe vile inatengenezwa, sababu kwa wakati mwingine kuna wanafunzi tunafundisha, tunaletewa through KEPSA. Sijui kama unaelewa KEPSA. Trade hii course lakini huwa tunalipwa. Kwa hivyo sasa nyinyi mkiwa tayari mtani contact, alafu itakuwa vizuri na tutafanya kazi.
There is so much construction going on the roads just because Obama is coming.
Yeah, I know, and I think it's ridiculous because where was that money for reconstructing all the roads, bringing up gardens in between the highways? Doesn't make sense.
First of all, he's not even coming to my side of Nairobi, so they haven't made the roads.
Are you serious? I mean, I thought they did. So, like, let me give you an example. At Strathmore, which is where I go to school, I think he's going to be visiting us. We have suffered with that road for too long. But all of a sudden, the leader of the free world decides to show up. And like magic, you know?
It's just being made. So let's get to see what people, the public, thought about this.
This is a very serious situation because this is our government donating money to something we as Kenyans believe is right, yeah? But at the same time, where are our priorities? Because we have a lot we need to do everywhere else. We don't need to turn our heads, really. And when you look at it from that perspective, what does the government believe is right for this country? Is it a visit from somewhere else for someone who hasn't done much for us, but control, maybe? I think on that note, then, yeah, it's a matter of priorities. I don't think the government is doing enough where it should, but is doing what it should to pretend it is.
I genuinely think the government is doing this just to keep in good terms with the United States, even though Obama wasn't really very supportive of the current president, who's Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta. But the government is just trying to put an image that's not really there, that, you know, we don't have bad roads, or we take care of the city, and yes, we do, but right now it's just to show him a certain picture that's not really there.
I think it's a good move. It's actually, there's nothing wrong with it because it's Obama who's coming to Kenya. We have to make sure that things are in order because there's a lot of insecurity around. And you know, if even a visitor comes to your house and it's a very special visitor, you have to do everything and make everything comfortable for the visitor to feel special in your own home. So that's why we have to do all these things when Obama is coming. So there's nothing wrong with it. And I support the whole move and I have no problem with it.
I think honestly it's not fair, that they should just fix all of this because of one guy. Because honestly, he doesn't do much for me as an individual, but I guess the roads on the side would help me out in my country. He's gonna be here for I think 2 days, so it shows that the government can't do this, but they've just been neglecting themselves. They've been slacking on their job. And about the street kids, that's just sad. It's unfair, honestly. Give them an option or a place to go.
Spending millions trying to plant flowers everywhere, make it look pretty.
And yet we've had problems since forever that they haven't solved. I mean, you take street kids out, you've never helped them before, you won't help them after this guy goes. There are kids dying in North Kenya, you could give them food for the love of God, you could have plantations made with that kind of money, instead of making it pretty for one guy to just come for a few days and go.
Anyway, on to the next segment. We got to see a skyline, the Nairobi skyline, from the KICC helipad. It's an amazing place to just have a serene view and just enjoy the wind in your face and in your hair. So let's take a look.
So next up we have our music segment, and this week we got to interview DJ Muro, aka Mburu, James Igeria, and he has a lot of interesting tidbits about the DJing lifestyle and how he got into it. So if you've had a passion or you've ever wanted to get into DJing, then this is the segment for you.
Hey guys, so today we have Muroe with us, who is also called Mburu, by the way. Thank you for letting us have you on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad to be here today.
So today he's going to tell us about the DJ life in Kenya, besides the international scene. And well,
what's it like being a DJ in Kenya, a young DJ in Kenya?
Well, first of all, I love being a DJ in Kenya because in Kenya you get to explore all this different, like so many different types of music and different surroundings, like different places. Like for example, where you'd go to hear different kinds of music. Like if you want to go listen to some good alternative and some good deep house, you know, you'd go to Kenya nights and something like that. Yeah, so I love being in Kenya because in Kenya I've explored. I started DJing progressive house. I started doing big room house, and I used to play at all these progressive
amazing
events,
places.
these events that used to happen at Iconic and stuff like that. Yeah, so I used to do that, and with the shift in music, it kind of shifted in the places that I started playing. Like I started going into the more tribal kind of music and Afro, and with that I started playing at different places, started meeting different people, you know, that connected to that kind of music. Like I started going for Electric Freak, which is a totally different crowd.
Yeah.
It's totally alternative. It's its own kind of ambience. Yeah, so it's really crazy, and it's really good to get to, you know, look at all these things and explore all these things.
Well, clearly you've grown as a DJ, and I know telling our parents that being a DJ it's so unorthodox.
Yeah.
So have you gotten that support from your parents, or was it a work in progress?
Well, yeah, I'll say it was a work in progress because my parents were still kind of trippy if I was 16 and telling them, yeah, I'm going out to perform. Yeah, exactly. So I'd usually have to tell them a little story here and then. But as it grew and as they saw that I really wanted to be serious with it, and I stuck at it, because there's so many things that I've done that I kind of like just stopped doing, you know, just because, you know, it wasn't appealing anymore. But once they saw that music is really something that
you love,
yeah, something that I love and something that I can bring, you know, and you know, and bear fruit from, yeah, they started opening up. They started giving me my own equipment, started buying me my own equipment, letting me go out, you know, letting me go to these places, and I got to meet so many different people. Yeah. So.
And how has it affected your school life, or you still go to school and DJ at night or whatever?
I'm actually in law school, so I still manage to do that and do the music. Most of the time it's difficult because you spend so much time doing music that you forget you're supposed to be doing other things when you're actually doing other things. So it's hard to keep the balance, but it's not impossible because I did it when I started DJing. I was in high school, and I started getting serious with it around the time I started getting ready for my IGs.
Yeah.
So it was really hard because I would be like just doing music from Monday till Thursday, and then probably study on Friday, and then do nothing from Saturday to Sunday. Yeah. So, but it's a work in progress.
That's good to hear. And do you have anybody who inspires you every day to just keep doing what you're doing, or do you inspire yourself?
Yeah, I have a lot of people actually. The people that I've met since I started. When I decided to start doing more of Afro house, I met this really cool guy called Somi. He's a really cool guy. He's called DJ Somi. Shout out to him, by the way. He started. He was part of electric DJs.
Yeah.
So he kind of gave me the basics about Afro house and the scene, and you know, the kind of music that I should start listening to and the things like that. And through him, I used to meet with him. You know, most of the time I got to meet Ben, who was the other half of Electric DJs, and I got to meet Andre, and I got to meet the band, and I got to connect with them. And I was always in the studio with them, just chilling, and you know, just finding out what they were doing, and just trying to find my sound with them. Yeah. So every time I hung out with those people, it was really insane. Like just hanging out the studio with them. I really connected a lot with Ben most of the time. He's been helping me with my next project that I'm about to put out. He also helped me a lot with the project that I put out last year, the EP that I put out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really connected. I'm always at his house just disturbing him, and yeah, so it's a real cool thing.
You've just mentioned a project that you're working on. Tell us about it.
Oh, it's another EP. It's my second one. It's gonna be about maybe 6 tracks, maybe. It's just a project that I want to put out with a new sound, because my last EP was basically just club remixes, you know, stuff that you play at a party just to, you know, keep.
But people still enjoyed it, even when you were playing
cool.
out there.
Yeah. I like it, and I still play that kind of music, and I go out and I still do that. But I want to put out a different tape, different kind of sound now, because I've been working with a lot of rappers, to say. I've been doing a lot of work with The Myth. He's a crazy guy, he's a crazy producer. I've been doing a lot of work with Ben Vic. I've been working with the whole TSU movement. I've been working with Alex Red. I've been working with Timmy Tim. I've been working with Kalinga, J. Kali. So yeah, I'm really trying to find a sound that can fit, you know,
everybody's needs.
That I'm trying to find something that you can play at the club, but you can still, you know, just play with your homies. You know, when you're just chilling, you know, you trap in, basically, if I can use that word. Yeah. So it's basically just it's a new project I'm trying to put out. I'm trying to find a different kind of wave, to say the least. Yeah. So hopefully people will like it. I don't know.
Yeah, they will definitely. If just the way you present yourself makes you even more, your music more attractive. So what problems are you facing in the DJ world, or what problems do you know other DJs are facing in this world?
Well, I can speak on Kenya, Nairobi, to be exact. I think now it's getting to the point where everybody, like, the amount of DJs that we have is good, because I love seeing this many people figure out that I can mix music and I can move people.
And people have different genres.
And people have different genres. So I think the situation probably is the scene is growing too fast, maybe, because you see in other places there's so much reach. You find people in Europe can get literally sufficient amounts of let's say money that you need, or you know, just basic reach and fans from one country like Sweden alone. You see, so here in Nairobi, I think that we're growing, and it's good that now we have stuff like the internet to give us, you know, an international reach. Like now people are putting out their music in Sweden and you know, just in different.
It's reaching people in various parts of the world.
The scene in Nairobi, I think for DJs, most likely, I just think maybe we need more clubs, or maybe we just need more places for people to play. So, yeah.
Okay, and moving on from that, what advice would you give to an aspiring DJ out there who's probably started but is shying away from his passion or her passion because there's so many DJs in Kenya, or it's so competitive? Like, what advice would you give to this person?
Well, for me, if I could speak on myself, when I was starting, I was really lucky to have some people that I had. Like when I was starting, I was probably like around
16,
yeah,
15.
16, 15, yeah. So I was just about to go into year 11, and so there was this guy in my school. His name was Roy Bashir. He started a company, DC10. So
I remember,
yeah. So he started putting out events, and we started working on Mistletoe, and that was huge. And I didn't get to DJ then, but I was still in the background, you know, still just doing stuff and everything. So I remember at Mistletoe itself, I was on stage, and I was watching the DJs play, and I was watching my cousin Wesh. Wesh is actually the person, I would go to his house, and he had this program called Tractor.
Yeah.
So he would show me how to mix, and once you learn it on Tractor, it's basically just, you know, it's the same on deck. So I remember the first time I actually had a gig, it was at Cesaro, Friday Night Live at the Vineyard. Yeah, back then no one knew about Vineyard. So yeah, that was my first gig, and Roy actually set that up. I was actually at his house, and he asked me, yo, have you played music anywhere before? And I was like, no. And this was the day of the gig. So that night, like the cab ride there, he was like, yo, bro, are you sure you don't want me to, you know, say something?
To get somebody else.
No, man, it's cool, it's cool. Yeah, so I went for the gig, and it was awesome, man. I played, and there was a good crowd. Cesaro killed it, man. So
it's just about believing in yourself.
Yeah, it's just about believing, and being lucky enough to have people that
support
believe in you like that.
Yeah,
because even through this whole journey, I've had so many people that support me. I've had The Myth, I've had my cousin Eugene, who's also he's a rapper, he's also doing his thing. There's so many people, my friend Q is also doing his thing. It's a whole movement. You get to meet so many artists, and just the energy of being around so many people with the same goal and are just artists. And because none of us is the same, none of us can go into the studio one day or just and make like the same thing. Music, you know, everyone is different. Everybody has a different, you know, touch to add onto everything. So it's really crazy, and just finding these people. I think as artists, like artists build artists. Like that's why you see there was Lil Wayne, there was Drake, and now there's McConan, and there's The Weeknd, and
it's all about support.
Omo. Yeah, exactly. So it's all about support and finding people that have the same energy as you, and just getting that energy and putting it out there. Yeah, so it's a really crazy journey, and I encourage anybody that wants to do music, just if you really want to do music, stick to it, because like, I mean, they teach you in school that hard work pays. So if you put 100% into your music, there's no way it's not going to pay. Yeah, you get back 100%. So it's all about finding out if music is for you. And I honestly still don't know yet. I'm honestly still finding that out. Yeah, in a work in progress, because I'm still not making money from my music as such, but I make money from my shows and stuff like that. But to get to the point where everything you do makes you money, or you have the satisfaction of making your music, it's a journey. It's a long journey. It's not easy, it's really not easy, because like something Ben told me from Electric, he told me music costs money before it makes money. So music is very expensive. That's why most parents, like my parents are very reluctant to get me like
a DJ set
real life,
and everything.
Like, real life studio and like an office block or something. Yeah, but they're kind enough to get me a microphone and some monitors and just the basic stuff that I can use to make my projects. Just
we all wish we had your parents.
Yeah, like it was a battle. Really, it's a battle. Like it's been like a long way coming. Like I'm almost 21, so
you have to start from somewhere. Everyone should know that.
Everybody starts from somewhere, and it's a good journey. You really meet a lot of cool and interesting people. Like there's so many people I still want to work with now.
Yeah.
That are coming up now in Kenya. That it's really amazing. So it's really cool.
Yeah. That's good to hear. And on to my next question for you is, a lot of people who've known you over the years, like me, for example, we've seen you grow, and you initially started out as a trio, a group, but then now it's like you ventured out on your own. What drove you to do that, and how is it now as opposed to being in a group of DJs?
I honestly still believe that me and the guys, first of all, these were the first people I ever performed like at a big gig when we opened for Hard Rock Sofa. That was back in
I remember that event. It was amazing.
We actually opened for Hard Rock Sofa when they came to Nairobi. So those guys, Kareem Moini, Maestro, he's a crazy guy, Swedish house. Kaya is just all about the bass, man. He's a really crazy guy, man. So yeah, me and the guys, we're still connected. Like we still share ideas and we still share music, but I think right now everybody is just trying to find their own thing, and once we find our own thing, then collectively we can we can bring something amazing to the table. Why like I've branched out. I still have Electrio, we still do our music. I still have Gold, GOLD, that's one of my other labels. We're still doing that, and I still work with Electric. So yeah, it's really crazy. So like it's cool,
it's fun.
It's fun. But I'm still connected to the guys. We still do a lot of stuff together. Kaya's studying in the UK, and Kareem's in USIU. So we still meet up, especially when Kaya comes back. Like right now he's back. So yeah, we're probably gonna meet up and do a lot of cool stuff.
That sounds fun. Yeah. So do you teach upcoming DJs? Do you mentor them, or can you start for?
Yeah. Oh well, I would. And I can. Like I give advice. Like there's people who send me beats on my Facebook. People who send me stuff on my SoundCloud. And I'm always like, yeah, man. Like this is cool, man. Just tighten this up, and and he takes it nicely. And you'll send me another beat another day. But yeah, I'm basically down to give advice to anybody who has any questions or anything they want to know about the music
industry.
I myself I'm still finding out a lot about the scene and just the different aspects of just making music and trying to be a part of the music industry, because it's huge, it's wide. There's so many musicians and it's all different, but it's all so beautiful.
And where do you see yourself 5-10 years from now, besides your law degree, music wise?
My law degree? 10 years, honestly, it's long.
It's a long 5-10 years.
5 years. I honestly just hope to have grown with my music to the point where my music reaches out like wider than it does now. That's just basically my goal, just to reach out and get many people to hear. It was the most I can get on my music. Yeah. So hopefully in 10 years I'll have a Grammy, maybe. Hopefully, I don't know.
Hopefully. Yeah, well, that's all we had for today. And thank you so much for letting us have you on the show.
Thank you guys, man.
We will be sure to give you guys a link to his Facebook page, his Twitter, and his Instagram and his Snapchat.
My SoundCloud and on Wabe and everything. Yeah. So be sure to follow me on all that.
All right. We're done. Okay guys, so are you team weave or team natural hair?
I personally am team natural hair, even though I wear lots of yeah, but under my weave I keep my hair natural. I want it to grow unprocessed, but there are also other people who prefer weaves and processing their natural hair. So we have Salma coming up next with tips and tricks on how to take care of your natural hair. Let's take a look.
Hi guys, my name is Salma and I am a natural hair enthusiast. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. And in natural hair, to be honest, I'm not going to talk about the politics of natural hair because trust me, if we start, we will never stop. But I am going to just give you a few tips and pointers if you're also a naturalista and you're enthusiastic about these kinds of things, or if you're just curious and you want to know, how we maintain these kinks and coils. I mean, cause it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So basically, first of all, rule number one is moisturize. Like, secondly, I'd say keep it simple. Really, it's never that hard. Number three, what I'd say is don't shampoo your hair. Rule number four, do not use a comb.
Anyway guys, that's all we had lined up for today's show. Remember to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and then subscribe to
like, comment,
all of that, because we also need your feedback. And if you want to be featured on our show, just send us an email,
because at the Culture Takeover we're all about interaction, especially with you guys, and you guys bring us the content. So
it's the switch up, baby. We can party